Welcome to CARICOMP Insider, where high-tech facial recognition meets real-world intelligence.
You walk up to a T.S.A. checkpoint. A camera scans your face. 2 seconds later, the screen flashes a 95% match. Sounds rock solid. But run that same score against a database of 1 million faces, and you've just flagged 10,000 people who aren't you. That gap between what a match score feels like and what it actually means affects everyone. If you've ever used your face to unlock a phone or walked through an airport with cameras overhead, your face has already been converted into data and compared against a stored reference. And if that feels a little unsettling, it should. Because the number the system spits out looks like a test grade. 95 feels like an A. It feels like certainty. It isn't. So what is that number actually telling us, and why does it break down the moment the stakes get higher? When you stand in front of that T.S.A. camera, 2 things happen that you never see. First, the system captures a live photo of your face. Then it converts that photo into what's called a biometric template, basically a string of numbers that maps the geometry of your features. Your passport photo has already been converted into its own template ahead of time. The system never compares 2 photographs side by side. It compares 2 sets of numbers. The match score you see is the mathematical distance between those 2 number sets, not a verdict. A measurement of how close 2 templates land to each other. That distinction matters more than almost anything else in this space. For anyone making decisions based on these scores, a security officer, a detective, even a bank's identity system, the template distance is all they're getting. For the rest of us, it means the system that just waved you through didn't recognize your face. It recognized your numbers. Now the system has to draw a line somewhere. Above this score, you're approved. Below it, you're flagged. That line is called a confidence threshold, and it's adjustable, like a volume knob. Crank it up toward 99% certainty, and you'll catch almost no imposters. Great! But according to research compiled by iMed Lab, when algorithms required 99% confidence on uncontrolled photos, the miss rate, meaning real matches the system rejected, jumped from 4.7% all the way to 35%. More than a third of correct matches thrown out. Demanding higher confidence doesn't just filter out bad matches, it filters out good ones too. People assume cranking up the threshold makes everything safer, and that instinct makes sense. In most of life, raising the bar means higher quality. But with facial comparison, raising one bar lowers another. You're trading false positives for false negatives. Every setting is a compromise. T.S.A. chose a threshold optimized for speed and passenger flow. That's the right call for an airport. But when someone takes that same algorithm's output and applies it to a criminal investigation, they're inheriting a speed-optimized setting and treating it like a certainty-optimized one. And the environment makes things even harder. According to NIST, the best-performing algorithm hit 94.4% accuracy in controlled airport boarding conditions, good lighting, cooperative passengers, cameras at the right height. Move that same technology to an uncontrolled setting like a stadium, and accuracy for leading algorithms ranged from 36% to 87%, depending on where the cameras were placed. Same software, Vastly different results. So if you're wondering whether the camera that scanned you at the gate would perform the same way on a grainy surveillance still from a parking lot, it wouldn't even come close. There's also a demographic dimension that deserves honest attention. According to a DHS analysis of the system's performance, self-identified Black volunteers had the lowest face matching success rate, with overall accuracy at 98%. 98% sounds high, but it's measurably lower than other groups tested under the same conditions. And when you scale that gap across the more than 60 airports now running this program, up from a single pilot at Detroit in March 2021, even small performance differences touch millions of people. Meanwhile, in the narrowest possible scenario, a pre-enrolled group of about 420 passengers, all opted in, all photographed under ideal conditions, NIST found the top algorithm achieved 99.87% successful identification. That's remarkable. It's also a best case built on the smallest search space imaginable. Expand that database from 420 faces to 420,000, and the math changes dramatically. The confidence score isn't a measurement of truth. It's an operational setting, a tuning knob someone chose for a specific purpose. Change the purpose, and the same score means something completely different. So here's what to carry with you. A match score is not an identity. It's a probability, shaped by the threshold someone dialed in, the environment the photo came from, and the size of the database being searched. A 95 in a 400-person list and a 95 in a million-person list are not the same 95. Whether you're evaluating evidence or just trying to understand the camera that scanned you at the airport last week, knowing that one fact puts you ahead of almost everyone. The full story's in the description if you want the deep dive.
Now you know something most people in this industry don't. Use it. And when you're ready to put it to work, caracomp.com. We'll see you tomorrow.